I will demonstrate two new features about the text chart in Flex 9.1. Here we have a text chart with some text charted, and we have the standard default columns. And on the right is the notes column, which is a free form field where you can type some text in about the sentence. And at the moment, the notes column starts out on the right, but as of 9.1, you can now move the column to the left. So the column can be on either side of the chart. In the future, we hope to have more than one notes column, but for now, you can at least move it to be on the left or the right side of the chart. Another thing that you can do is create more templates. So in order to do that, we need to go find the template. We need to go to the lists area. And it's tempting to click on this item text chart, but that's for the markers. We don't want that. We want the text constituent chart template. And so we click on that. And here we have our default template. And there are actually two ways to insert a new chart. One is if you click on the parent node of the existing chart, there's a button here for duplicate. Now, the tooltip does not say duplicate, so you have to know what the icon means. And I don't think that there's a menu item for it. I think this is the only way. But if I click on this, it will duplicate the chart, and then you can rename the chart. You can call it my default copy or whatever you want to call it. So that's one way. But another way is to use the insert menu and say insert text constituent chart template. And so now we have a new template, but it's totally blank and you can't use it yet. So I will call this inserted template. You have to give it a name. So before you can use it, first you need to add a column group. So I have this node clicked. And again, these icons, the first one will insert a sibling. It says text constituent chart template, but it will insert a sibling of whatever node you're on. The second one says sub item. So I want a sub item of my template name. And this second row has to be a column group. This is not actually a column that can receive text. It's a way of grouping the columns that are there. So I will call it column group 1. So I still can't use it yet because this is just a group, not an actual column. So again, I will insert a child of that. And now I will call this column 1.1. And now there's a column that I can move things into. I probably want a sibling of it. I probably want at least 2 columns. So I can, again, click the marker for inserting a sibling. And now I have a second column, and I will just call it column 1.2. So here, this is a chart with 2 columns and 1 column group. And this is kind of the bare minimum that you would need to use a template, but you can add more column groups and more columns, and you can reorder them. So let's go to the text and words area and see if our template is there. So I've already charted this text using the default template, but if I click on this combo box, then I can see that we have my default copy and the inserted template. So let me click on the inserted template since that's the one I customized. And now you can see the notes is still on the left. And this is for putting the clause numbers. And there's column 1 and column 1.1 and 1.2. And there are no column groups because there's only 1 column group. And so, for instance, I might want to just put the connectives in column 1 and the rest of the sentence in column 1.2. Let's add that one to column 1.2 and make that the end of the sentence and put that in column 1 and that much in column 2. And so you could choose to have connectives in the first column and the rest of the text there, or you can use it any way that you want, but you can customize your own template. And then I can still go back to the default one. That one is still charted the way that I did. So you can have more than one template that you can use on a single text.